Hi everyone, welcome to this monthly licensing update for the month of March 2022. I want to go through the changes in the product terms and the online services terms and some other items that I have found of interest over the past weeks, month, etc. So without further ado, let's dive in. So the first thing, glossary update, minor update to the definition of Microsoft Azure services for clarity. If we look at what the change is, you see here that they have added quite a long sentence. Microsoft Azure services means the Microsoft services and features identified at azure.microsoft.com/services, except those licensed separately was it initially, but now it says except those identified in the product terms as Microsoft Azure infrastructure plans, Azure plans, user plans, or Azure support plans. So for clarification purposes, they've stated what definitions are included in this definition. Does it make it more clear? I'm unsure. Looking towards Microsoft 365 and talked about in an earlier session as well, privacy management has been rebranded to Priva, and we can see this here when we look at the removals and additions. All the privacy management entries have been removed from the table and have been changed into Priva. Then we always scroll through to see if any other changes were made. Then you see that there is consistency across the page. Microsoft doesn't obviously miss out on changing a certain name. So that has been done. Microsoft Azure, relocating Azure Spot Purchasing clause and adding Azure Communication Services clause to pricing section. Update for content of the organization or only, no change to intent. So when we look at what this looks like, we scroll down to the section that reads pricing, and they have added Azure reservations, Azure Spot and Azure Communication Services to the pricing section, and they moved out the Azure Spot entry from the section above. Same with Azure reservations, they moved it to the pricing section. Any other changes? I don't think so. This page keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so it's always worthwhile to scroll through it, but as you can see, the rest remains the same. Going into a section a little bit about the Microsoft Cloud for Industry, and there's some changes there. They made changes to the Microsoft Cloud for Healthcare, Microsoft Cloud for Non-Profit, and Microsoft Cloud for Retail add-ons. And when we look into this, you can see that on the Microsoft Cloud for Healthcare add-on, it's been listed as for healthcare now instead of healthcare, and they have added or changed the qualifying license that you might need for this, and in the service specific terms the compliance disclaimer has been updated to read similar to what is present in the others as well. When we click to the non-profit add-on, you see that the compliance terms here read, you can learn more about Microsoft commitments to compliance, data protection, and privacy for the Microsoft Cloud for Retail add-on at this website. And if you click on it, that brings you to a page. Well, while it's loading, let me show what it reads for the retail. It is the same thing. It reads a different page if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So these are the specific compliance terms if you want to make use of that industry cloud. And for non-profit, that looks like this. It's going to the documentation page. It will show you where you can get started, donors and supporters, and deliver effective programming. accelerate mission outcomes, video and learning resources, always important, and a security and compliance overview. And similar to, I think, the retail page as well. I'll show that in a sec. Now, there's been a promotion for a while now. Microsoft states they have updated it. I don't see what the update is, but the Azure Virtual Desktop per user access pricing promotion is still in effect. Customers can acquire a promotional license to access and use Azure Virtual Desktop per user access licenses for a promotional monthly access cost of $0 for the use between July 14th and December 2021. I see now what they should have changed. This has been updated. I don't know why I see it right now in here, but this promotion has been extended until end of March 2022. So you can still use the promotional monthly access fee of $0 for the Azure Virtual Desktop per user access licenses. This is only available to customers use for Azure Virtual Desktop for third parties on Azure. This discount does not apply to any costs arising from a customer's general Azure consumption, including from their use of Azure Virtual Desktop per user access licenses. So if you have, basically what I've understood from this is if you have any external users that you want to have access to your environment, like a contractor or someone that you don't have any licenses assigned to at the moment, you can use this promotion, and you don't have to pay for those users right now. At the end of March, that might be revisited. They gave this update quite late, as it's already way past December 31st, 2021. But if I'm not mistaken, you have not paid for these users in the months of January and February, and you will continue to not pay for those users in March as well, meaning that you are still able to use this free of charge. After this period, there might be a cost associated to this license. So it would be good to understand what that is. At the moment, I don't have any insights into the April price list just yet. I'm trying to figure that out. So if we do figure that out and we have insights into what that potential price might be, we'll be sure to list it as well. Going back to the first part, removed SQL Server big data nodes offer for service end of life. Well, this is reflected in the page as well. You can see that the big data node BDN, I've never sold it, so don't ask me what it does. I have only read about it a little bit, but it's been removed. So its entry in the product terms around the use of your big data node and the government of it has been removed as well. Finally, the universal license terms for online services has an added terms for the cancellation policy of certain online services purchased via the Microsoft customer agreement. To show this, I need to go here. I need to switch to the customer agreement, so bear with me here. It's updated now. We should be able to see the changes. To click through this, and there we go. You see that the cancellation policy has been added at the bottom. Certain subscriptions must be cancelled within 72 hours of the subscription start date to be eligible for a prorated credit or refund for unused time calculated on a daily basis. No credits or refunds will be issued for such subscriptions cancelled after 72 hours of the subscription start date. See cancel your subscription at this link. For details, if this is of interest to you, highly suggest you follow this link, see where it takes you. But what this is basically about is the change from the legacy CSP offering to the new commerce experience offering. In the legacy environment, you had the option to always be able to cancel your subscriptions in a month, and Microsoft would calculate the usage in that month and charge you for that usage. In the new commerce experience, environment, you no longer have that option. If you order a license, you have 72 hours to get rid of that subscription if you don't need it. If you don't do that, you will be paying for it for that full month. So that's something to be very aware of if you're in CSP, buying through a partner, and you make a mistake or your partner makes a mistake. This should be rectified within 72 hours. And that is 72 hours, so not 72 and a half. This is automated as far as I've been told by Microsoft. If it doesn't happen, then you are screwed, basically. So be aware of that. Speaking of that whole NCE item, we've been dealing with a lot of customers over the past month, and we've written about it as well in a monthly newsletter that are in CSP and have been asked by their partners to quickly sign up for another year, move to the new commerce experience, get a discount, lock in the correct pricing without price uplifts, and steer clear of any budget increases that you might need to be aware of for now until next year. Well, a lot of clients that we've talked to have been pressured into such an agreement with their CSP partner, but for some we've been able to deep dive into what is actually needed. And we go back to November when Microsoft released on the Partner Center website on the announcements page what this would have been like or in the coming months and where we are now. They have postponed this transition, and it was originally scheduled for October 14th, 2021. It has been moved to January 2022, and well, it's now basically being effectuated. But it also states that Microsoft will extend the period during which subscriptions can be renewed on the existing platform to June 30th, 2022. So there will be price increases on the legacy platform, but you will still be able to sign up to the legacy platform. And this was initially March 10th, 2022. So in about a week and a half time. This extension gives partners 3 more months before all subscriptions must be renewed in the new commerce experience. As previously announced, this ability to place new orders on the existing platform will end on March 10th, 2022. To accelerate the adoption on the new commerce experience, Microsoft will offer 2 time-bound promotions. The annual term promo gives 5% discount off the CSP price list amount. So this is a new commerce experience promotion where if you sign up to an annual term, you get 5% off. And I'm here to tell you that some CSP partners are not being transparent about this and they pocket the 5% themselves. Other partners are, and they're willing to reduce that from the price. Those are typically partners that I would trust. The other partners I would be hesitant to continue move forward with. So if you have not gotten this 5% discount but did sign up to an annual term, they have pocketed the promotion money themselves. Also, this promo is still available. So if you did not yet sign up to this, I'm here to tell you as well that this is available until March 31st. So this entire month, you're still able to sign up to this promotion. And you have a monthly term promo. It still applies the regular annual term price. So what you've been used to instead of the 20% higher price point. So again, as a background, what is Microsoft doing right now? The price that you are familiar with of past month or months or how long you've been signed up to CSP, that price will receive a significant uplift. The monthly pricing that you are used to will be increased by 20%. And the new normal price that you're used to is only available if you commit for an annual term. So this pricing change will not go in effect this month. It will not go in effect last month. It will go into effect after June 2022. So if you've not yet made a decision on what you want to do with your CSP licenses, it's not too late. You still have time to continue your current pricing month over month until June 2022. And you still have the month of March to check if you want to sign up to an annual term. Now, why should you sign up to an annual term if you are in CSP for the flexibility of changing month over month? Well, potentially, here's the solution. You might have an organization that has a lot of throughput in personnel, but there probably is always a base, a minimal amount that you feel confident in locking in for a longer period of time. You can mix and match both these models within CSP, of course. So what our advice is to our clients that we've helped over the past months is to sign up for an annual term for the amount of users and subscriptions that you might need, that you're very sure of that you're going to need in the coming year, and only that flexible level that you are unsure of to renew that month over month for that flexibility that you get through it. The break-even point is always different for companies, so it really depends on how your throughput of your personnel is the month over month, but we feel that this always makes sense. So if you want to know more about this and how we've helped our clients, you're always welcome to get a free consultation from us. We are happy to help, share our insights. We do this obviously through all our different channels. We write about this in our newsletter. We record these sessions. We talk about it in our articles online. It's on our YouTube channel. So just follow us and be on the lookout for any changes that might come in the coming months. I think that's it for this month. The last thing I wanted to cover was that I noticed that not a lot of people know of this website, Microsoft.com licensing/docs. It's a great repository for anything Microsoft licensing related. As you can see, it's filtered in its different resources, and you can find anything in any document here. It has white papers, licensing briefs, all the documentation that you might need, references to the product terms, DPAs, the SLA, anything that Microsoft licensing related that has been released by Microsoft is to be found through this page. Do bookmark this and use it to your benefit, because anything you might try to look up on Google, it's sure to be here somewhere as well. That's it for now. Thanks for taking the time. I hope you find this valuable. If you have any questions, comments, insults, let us know, and we'll be happy to review those. Thanks for now, and see you next time.